Hello and welcome to KMTV, your roundup of what's going on in Kent on Monday, June the 22nd. A second man has appeared in court today charged with murder after a man died in hospital following a disturbance in Chatham last week. Jem Collins has the details.
33-year-old Michael Tierney was found seriously injured in Hague Avenue in Chatham last Tuesday after police were called to a disturbance. His friends and family have gathered over the weekend to release hundreds of balloons in his memory, and today a 39-year-old man appeared here at Medway Magistrates Court charged with his murder and was remanded in custody. Over the weekend, another man who's 26 was charged with the murder of the Chatham dad too and also appeared here, and a 27-year-old woman was charged with assisting an offender. 4 others were also arrested in connection with the death. One's been released on bail, 1 remains in custody and 2 were released without charge.
More than 2,000 potentially deadly teddy bears have been seized by trading standards officers in Kent. The unstuffed bears, which had badly attached eyes and nose and sharp points on a scarf, were found at Dover, where they were heading for the Czech Republic. The toys had originally come from China and could have eventually been sold anywhere in Europe.
All of these items on the face are choking hazards. We know that children put these kind of soft toys in their mouths. These kind of products, if they're not manufactured properly, these things get stuck in the back of a young child's throat, and there is a genuine risk of choking and death. These quite clearly are quite loosely attached, and that's really solid, which would lodge in the back of a young child's throat.
In other news, a woman from Ashford's been sentenced to 2.5 years in prison for causing the death of a jogger in the town by driving dangerously. Paul Stinton, who was 45 and from the area, died in hospital 3 weeks after being knocked down by 49-year-old Linda James from Richborough Way in January last year. A 67-year-old man from West Sussex has died after the car he was driving overturned on Hoathway in Gillingham on Friday night. And just 6 weeks after making a desperate plea for help, Britain's heaviest man has been found dead at his home in Kent. 33-year-old Carl Thompson, who weighed 65 stone, was discovered at the flat in Dover yesterday morning. And finally, he might have a new single out, but Kent's Charlie Jones from Stereo Kicks is still having to concentrate on his GCSE exams. Ben Kennedy went to meet him.
Since leaving the X Factor last November, the guys from Stereo Kicks have been busy packing out stadiums, promoting their new single and making ladies weak at the knees.
I always loved music. I definitely loved music before I knew I could sing. And I learnt guitar, and I felt like I was missing something, so I kind of decided singing to it. And my mum and dad picked up on it and thought, "Wow, you're actually quite good." And then X Factor kind of picked me up and wanted me to kind of audition. So I auditioned. I honestly didn't think I was going to get as far as I was going to get. Never in a million years.
At the age of just 15, Charlie still has to make sure he performs well at school.
It's not too hard now because I've been doing it for a good like 10 months. Well, 10 months is the whole process, but a good 6 months with schooling and this kind of like pop star kind of life. It was hard at first. I couldn't really get my head around it. Like, 1 minute I'm performing in front of thousands of people and millions of people on the TV, and the next I'm doing like double maths in a room on Skype with one of my tutors. It was weird to get your head around.
He might be destined for pop stardom, but when he's back in the classroom, it's business as usual.
School hasn't really changed. I'm still in school doing work every day. I don't get treated differently. It's quite normal, which I like, because it kind of brings me back down to the real world kind of thing. My school have been amazing because especially my head teacher, he's been understanding of what I'm doing. I wish I could go back to like this time last year where it all started, do it all over again, because it's been the best time of my life. I'd love to do it again.
Stereo Kicks' new single, Love Me So, will be released on Monday. Ben Kennedy, KMTV, Wilmington.
There's more local news on KMFM, and you can also follow us on Twitter and Facebook, but that's it from KMTV.